Welcome to Garden of Lights. I'm Susan Howington, Family Consumer Science Agent with the Henry County Cooperative Extension, partnership with the University of Georgia Cooperative Extension. Today we're going to talk about blueberries, and Frank Hancock, our Agriculture and Natural Resource Agent, is going to talk about our farmers market. So we'll see you back in just a little bit on Garden of Lights. Welcome back to Garden of Lights. Today we're going to be talking about blueberries, and I'll tell you, blueberries is one of my favorite fruits for summer. Blueberries are going to be popular in the grocery store when you go around June and July, just a little bit in August. So now's the time to start looking because the price and the amount you're going to get is the best you can find right now. They also freeze very well. So look right now, and if you're at a pick your own, this is the time to go find that pick your own, because this is the time they're going to be ready and they're going to look so luscious, so nice. So this is the time to go. So let's talk about those blueberries and why they're so good for you. They are loaded with vitamin C. Not only that, but they are antioxidants. They are probably one of the highest fruit you'll find that has antioxidants in them that you're going to be able to find that you're needing this as far as a good nutrient for your body. And not only that, but you're going to be saturated, fat-free, cholesterol-free. All those are going to be when you're eating those blueberries. And calorie-wise, maybe about 83 calories or a little less for a cup of blueberries. And so I can say this is low in sodium. So look for that as far as when you're picking those blueberries. Just think about how good they're going to be for you and how many nutrients and vitamins you're going to get just from eating these blueberries. So let's talk about selection for them. When you're selecting your blueberries, even at the grocery store or picking your own, make sure that they're plump, they're firm, and they're going to have like a dull look to them also. And you don't want to wash them until you're getting ready to eat them, but you definitely want to wash them. So that's what you're looking for in the selection part. Now, as far as storage, they'll store in your refrigerator for about 10 to 14 days. The good thing is, hopefully by then, you have decided what you want to do with those blueberries. If you have not decided and you're going to make something with dessert or a parfait or whatever you're going to make, do it in those 10 to 14 days. If not, you need to freeze those. And they freeze wonderful. Now, I'm going to tell you, when you freeze them, don't wash them. Just freeze them as they are. When you bring them back out of the freezer, that's when you want to wash them. You don't want to make them any kind of mush. You want to keep them firm, looking great. Not only that, but blueberries can be wonderful in the summer. If you freeze them just a little bit, you need something to cool you down, you can pull them out of the freezer, just a little bit of frozen to them, and plop them in your mouth, and they are going to be really good just to eat on, cool you off, but you're also going to get all those nutrition selection from all those blueberries that you're going to be eating. So as you can see, blueberries are really, really good for you. And I said again, they're going to be harvested right now, June, July. So keep that in mind when you're looking for them in the grocery store. Buy, like I always say, buy in season, because that's going to be your best price. When we come back, we are going to be making a blueberry delight. But before that, you're going to hear from Frank Hancock, and he's going to tell us about our farmers market, and you're going to also get to visit with our vendors and learn more about what our vendors have to sell at that farmers market. And like I say, every day we need to eat our fruits and vegetables, and what a great way to do that, to visit our farmers market. We'll see you back in just a little bit on Garden of Lights.
Okay, today I thought we'd take a look at our farmers market. This is the first day of this year's farmers market. This is actually the 9th season that we've had this farmers market going, and got a few new vendors here today. So I thought we'd just kind of take a little stroll through the farmers market, because if you're not out here shopping with us, you're missing out on a lot of excitement. As you can hear these kids in the background right here, they're having a big time today. So let's just stroll through here and kind of take a look at what we got today. We've got Kim Evans right here. how are you, Kim?
Hi, Kim Evans with the Double E Homestead.
And she's got eggs that she's selling, a little rosemary here on the table too.
We do.
I
This is
see.
our first year doing this as well, so we're really excited to be here.
All right, we're glad to have you here today.
Thank you, Frank.
So here's an opportunity to get some fresh, homegrown eggs today. West Worthy Farm right here is they're a vendor, been a vendor since we started. They're down here in Locust Grove, and this is Sully West right here. Tell us what you got here today, Sully.
Well, today it's about the beginning of the season. We don't have much, but it'll grow as we go. Today we have some cabbages picked just yesterday out of the garden. We have some freshly made strawberry jams,
All right.
some fig preserves, and a little bit of squash and zucchini.
All right, when are the tomatoes going to be ready?
Tomatoes should be here within either next week or the week after.
Okay.
2 weeks.
All right, thank you. So, as we move on down the line here, we've got Sue Kilgore here. Sue's got a lot of live plants. Sue has also got honey for us this year. She's got her own beehives. And tell us a little bit, Sue. Sue's also one of our master gardeners, as is Kim down there.
What would you like to know?
Tell us what you got to sell here
What do
today.
I have? I have jam just starting, my jam supply. I pick local fruits to make my jam. I've got, like I said, my honey. Just pulled this, started pulling this the end of April. And I have a few baked goods here and there, and then a lot of plants. And I grow all this. I've got everything from blueberry bushes, black raspberry, fig, then down to different kinds of hydrangeas, perennials, just all sorts of things.
All right. This is one of our new vendors right here, Raul from Snapfinger Farm. He's up in the Fairview area, and he's got onions, and he's got a customer here he's talking to, so we're not going to interrupt your conversation here, but Raul, tell us a little bit about your farm.
This is the first year for my farm. And,
Okay.
it's up in near Pinole Mountain State Park. I grow all kinds of fruits and vegetables. Had some hogs. We'll have some more hogs.
All right.
And yeah, just getting started.
All right, good to have you here. This is our famous mushroom lady right here. Tell us a little bit about your mushrooms.
Okay, we grow them on logs. These are shiitake mushrooms, and they're wood mushrooms. So we grow them on logs. We have about 300 logs, and but they're seasonal. So if we want year-round shiitake, we make our own substrate out of sawdust and other supplements, and put them in the greenhouse. So these are the greenhouse shiitake for this year.
How we doing today?
Good.
Doing all right.
All right, this is one of our craftsmen here. He's making pens and bird houses and all sorts of things. Tell us your name and a little bit about what.
My name's Nathan Talon. I'm retired in this past November. My dad taught me how to turn these pens, so I thought I'd just carry on with something that he did. Kind of feels good when I turn them, and I just appreciate him teaching me a trade that I can carry on, give me something to do in my retirement.
Okay, so if anybody's looking for any presents here, any Christmas gifts and those kind of things, he's got them here, and they're really pretty pens. And we got us a new egg man right here, Bob's Chickens. Bob, tell us your name.
Bob Reese with Bob's Chicken Ranch. I sell quail and chicken eggs.
Okay. How many chickens you got?
Probably about 100.
Okay. All right, so we got the fresh eggs here on this end of the market also. And let's move right along here. Here we've got Narrowway Farm. Helen DuBose, her farm down here off of Stroud Road. Helen was a good friend of mine. We did a lot of work with Helen. She died a couple of years ago, and this gentleman bought her farm and started raising vegetables down there. And we're glad to have him. And I'm sure Helen DeBose will be glad to have you doing this too.
Yeah, I think you should be very happy.
Tell us your name and
Russell Bryson from Narway Farm.
Okay.
Stroud Road.
All right.
And yeah, I think we grow a variety of vegetables. We do CSA, and we also do blueberries, of course, and some other fruit trees and nuts.
Okay. Glad to have you here. Good morning. This gentleman right here, he brought us some watermelon. He went down to Cordele and got these watermelon. He didn't actually grow them out here, but he got them from his uncle. There's not too many folks growing watermelon here in Henry County.
No,
but
they're not.
You used to do a lot of woodworking for us also.
I did.
And but he switched over now to.
My doctor told me to stay away from sawdust.
Ah, okay. So no more sawdust, so you got to get watermelon trees now. Okay, we're glad to have you here. All right. This lady right here is bringing us a lot of crafts. Tell us your name and a little bit about what you got here this morning.
My name is Carla. I belong to a group called the Crafty Ladies. There's actually 8 of us involved. However, a couple of them are teachers and vacation, that kind of thing. But everything we make here is handmade. We have everything from wine bottle covers. We have mug rugs, placemats. We have, these are dog bandanas. These are the cutest. They are bird feeders. They have
okay.
We got dog bandanas, we got cat and dog toys, magnets, journal covers. Everything's handmade.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you here, and we'll talk to you later. All right, this gentleman right here has got carpenter bee traps. I have a lot of people call me, ask me where they can get a carpenter bee trap, and here they are right here. I don't know where he is, but he's right here in the market somewhere. So come on out. He's got walking sticks, carpenter bee traps, all kind of wooden toys here that he's made. So another good place to come shop if you're looking for some crafts, and especially if you're looking for those carpenter bee traps. Okay, and here we got a jelly lady. She's got some plants, but she's mostly into the jelly. Veronica, tell us your name and a little bit about what you do.
Veronica Burns. I'm representing Bamboo Cove Farms and Exotic Plant Nursery and Burns Kitchen Creations. We make jam and jelly, and we grow plants, and we'll have heirloom tomatoes and peppers later in the summer.
All right. Glad to have you here.
All
right, and this is our dog food lady. She's expanded her line a little bit. She's got a lot of other things here. She is most noted for her dog treats that she makes. Tell us your name and.
I'm Bonnie Zapfe, and I've been coming here about 4 years now, I think.
Okay. Yes.
Got homemade treats for dogs, cats, and horses. I make them all from scratch, and I don't add preservatives, artificial colors, flavors, or fillers.
Okay.
Lots of other. You never know what I'm going to have from week to week.
All right. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Circle M Farm here. Mr. Mangum has been coming here for quite a while, and he's got quite a selection of vegetables. Tell us a little bit about what you do and what you got to sell here today.
Well, we got a little bit of everything. We got tomatoes. We growing in a high tunnel cold frame, and we starting to pick a few on the outside. We got squash, zucchini. We got 300 layers that we sell fresh eggs off of. We got 3 types of sweet onions. We got cucumbers, 2 types of pole beans. If you want it, we just about grow it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming here. And this is our University of Georgia table. We set this table up every week. We answer questions for folks about all sorts of things. We've got brochures on canning and preserving, and we've also got brochures on growing vegetables and that sort of thing. I'm getting a telephone call, guys, so you just don't have to. Hey, you're calling me right at the end of the TV show here, so I'll call you back. I'll call you back in a minute. All right, that was my wife checking up to see what I was up to. Now we're going to go inside and see what Susan is fixing for us.
Welcome back to Garden Delight. Today we're going to be making a blueberry delight. It is so, so good. And it's so, so easy too. So let's start it off, and I'll kind of go through and just tell you what's in the blueberry delight to kind of start it off. You're going to get cream cheese, and I tried to make this as healthy as I could. So the cream cheese is 1/3 less fat, so it's not the regular cream cheese. I am going to add a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar into the cream cheese. The cream cheese needs to be at room temperature, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to mix it really well with that cream cheese. Also, I have condensed milk, and this condensed milk is the fat-free. And then I'm going to also put some Cool Whip, and this is the light Cool Whip. So these are going to all end up going into the layer part of this Garden Delights part of it, as far as the blueberry delight. So let's just do this. And I'm just going to mix this. I want it creamy, and the only way I'm going to do creamy is to make sure that is where I need it. And if you can see, when you have your cream cheese at room temperature, it blends in really well. All right, so I am going to now add some other good things to it. We also have pudding that we're going to be adding. This is vanilla pudding, and I really need you to make sure when you're buying it that you buy the instant pudding, because if you buy the cook and serve, I believe is what it says, it will not work as good as this. So you'd have to make it yourself and then add it to it. So what we're going to do is add the instant pudding into the cream cheese and the powdered sugar, and then I'm going to add the fat-free condensed milk. And I'm going to see if I can get this out. I absolutely love condensed milk. I could eat it all by itself. So I want to make sure I get it all out of the bowl. Okay. And I'm going to use me a paper towel. I'm going to go ahead and stack this inside here. And then I'm just going to kind of mix it on low, and then we're going to fold everything else in. So I'm just going to mix it on low. And it smells really good already. And you can see, just by adding the pudding in, it's already changed colors from the cream cheese. So that's about all I want to do. Just want to mix it a little bit. And I am going to put a paper towel underneath my mixer. I'm going to see if I can shake just a little bit of it off. Oops. Well, that wasn't good. Let's try another one. There we go. All right. So then you're going to take about 2 cups of Cool Whip, and you're going to get about the 15-ounce Cool Whip, and I also bought the light Cool Whip. So you're going to take this, and you don't want to mix it with your mixer now. You want to just kind of fold this part into the pudding part. So I want to get all that out. See if I can stack a little bit over here. So you're just going to kind of fold this in. And this is going to be part of your layer of your blueberry delight. So I'm just going to fold it in. And you know, blueberries are also very good as far as fiber goes. So if you're trying to look for more fiber in your diet, add those blueberries to it, because you're going to get a lot of good fiber from them. You know, you could add less Cool Whip, but I think the 2 cups is perfect for this, to have enough to spread through to make the layer. Okay, so we have this part of it. So the next part you're going to be doing is you need a angel food cake. And in the recipe, it's going to tell you that you need to take the angel food cake, and if you want to bake your own, please do. But this is already baked, and what it's going to tell you to do is to take it and chop it up into small bite-sized pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the part of the bottom of that layer of the Blueberry Delight, we're going to put this at the bottom of it. So what you want to do is you're going to take some of this, and we're going to do 2 layers. So I'm going to really try to divide this in half by looking at that bowl and try to get half of these. And I'm going to push it down because my goal is I want 2 layers. So I'm going to kind of push just a little bit to make sure. And then once you get that done, you got your layers like this, then you're going to take it. I'm going to see if I can wash my hands off a little bit because it's sticky now. And you're going to put some blueberries on top. And so the recipe is going to call for about 1 quart of blueberries. So if you're buying them at the grocery store, normally they're not in a big quart-sized container. They're probably going to be in paint-sized containers. So you're going to need a couple of paints to make this recipe. So I'm going to eyeball the same thing with these blueberries. I'm going to try to get the same amount, half on this part, and save the other half for the other layer. So I'm just about there. And then I'm going to push it around because I want to make sure I'm getting all those blueberries. And yes, these blueberries are washed. If you're going to eat them, you have to wash them. So I'm going to leave them right like that. And then what we're going to do is do the same thing. I'm going to kind of eye this pudding part, and we're going to put this on top. So that's what my goal is, to try to get this on top. So I'm kind of eyeing the bowl, trying to get about half of this. And we're going to make 1 layer. Get just a little bit more. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to push this out. And if you push it out toward the middle, hopefully by doing that, you won't pick up any of the berries and they'll stay where they are. And I'm just going to keep pushing them out. All right, so that's 1 layer. So we're going to go for another layer. So we're going to do the cake again. We're going to just spread it around. And it's amazing just how 1 cake will make this just perfect. So we got that, and I'm just going to push it because I really want the pudding to go down through those other blueberries. So when you take it and eat it, it's going to be all throughout. So now we're going to add some more blueberries, and this is the other half. I'm going to get them all on there. And I did save out just a little bit of the blueberries because I want to be able to top those with the blueberries too. So let me move this out just a little bit. So I'm pushing these out. And I'm going to push them down just a little bit because I want to make sure I'm getting all that good pudding down in there. And then I'm going to start with the other part of that pudding. So I'm going to put all the rest of it on there. So we're just going to push this out. I'm just going to kind of keep it going so it will come out to the rest of those blueberries. Also, as you can see, I tried to take the recipe and make it as healthy as possible on trying to get down through some of the calories of it. So that's one thing that I did try to do. So now the last part we're going to do is we're going to add some Cool Whip to the top. So you won't see the pudding. So you're just going to add just a little bit of that on top. So this is going to go all the way to the top. See if I can get just a little bit more. So you're going to push this out again. And we want to keep the pudding as much as we can where you can just see it at that layer. So we're going to spread it out to the very edge. And doesn't this look pretty already from the sides of it? So if you're trying to impress someone, they're coming over and you have blueberries, you know, what a great dessert this could be for somebody coming over to your house. And just a great way to cool off for the summer, but also know that you're going to be eating a little bit healthier on it because you're going to eat some good fruit, and all the ingredients are not all loaded with calories either. So what I did is I saved, I don't know, maybe 1/4 or less. And so I'm just going to drop some of the blueberries on top. That way you'll know what you're really eating. And it also just garnishes up and finishes the Blueberry Delight just to make it look nicer too. And then what I want to do is I want to garnish just a little bit of pecan nuts. And these are really fine, so I'm just going to sprinkle them on top just to add a little bit more look to it. So once we get that done, what a wonderful dessert you have for your family or your friends. So you have to try this Blueberry Delight. It is so, so good. Great way to cool you off. We'll see you back in just a little bit, and Frank and I will be trying this Blueberry Delight. Welcome back to Garden Delights. Frank, all I can say is this Blueberry Delight is going to be...
This looks pretty awesome.
I know it.
You know,
I could split it in half, and you could eat half, and I can eat half.
I've been out looking through the farmer's market, and I didn't see anything like that out there. You know, maybe we should make them and take them to the market.
Hey, well, you know, blueberries are going to be in, so I could just make it out at the farmer's market.
Well, it may not make it out to the farmer's market.
I know it. You and I may have to eat all of it.
Okay.
Well, let's try it. I'm going to try to go down and get you as much as I can of everything. So I'm going to pull your plate up here and see what kind of mess I can make. I'm trying to make sure I get some cake too. And I'm about to get it underneath there.
All right. Good job. Good
All
job.
Right.
Wow.
And I'm going to have to get a little bit down toward the bottom myself. If I don't knock it out. I'm about to, but I caught it just in time. Oops. Good?
That's good.
I really like this because it's good for you as far as those blueberries, but what a great way to finish out the warm summer when you want to cool something off as far as eating it and having something this good.
We'll have some blueberries at the farmer's market too.
I know.
In fact, we've got some pretty good vendors at the farmer's market. I interviewed all of them. Several of them are new. And the way you have good vendors at the farmer's market is you have to come shop at the farmer's market, and they'll keep coming back. So
that's right.
So everybody needs to come on out and shop at the farmer's markets on Thursday from 10 to 2.
And you just can't get enough fruits and vegetables. And we're right here eating that fruit, that blueberry today. So check out the farmer's market because I know you'll find something you'll like.
But I may not share this with you.
And those blueberries are really good. Yeah, I think we could divide this in half.
I got blueberries, so about right. And I got a dog that likes them. He goes out there and checks them every day. And so all of them that are, you know, knee high and below, you can forget it because he's going to get them.
He's going to get them. Well, we have some at their house, but I don't think ours are going to make as much as I would like. But I'm going to get some of them, I know for sure. So, you have got to try this Blueberry Delight. Frank and I will probably try to eat all this. And if we can't, we'll eat it the next day because that's one good thing about the recipe. It's also good the next day. You just need to put it in your refrigerator. Check out the website for this wonderful recipe. And Frank and I will see you next time on Garden Delights.
Okay.